Hello, class. I hope you all are fine. So, we are studying our chapter number 3, Forest. In the previous two videos, we have studied about the forest and about the products which we obtain from the plants or trees. In this video, we will study our next topic, and the name of the next topic is deforestation. So, what is deforestation? Deforestation is the permanent removal of the trees to make room for an activity. This can include agriculture or grazing or using the timber for fuel, construction, or manufacturing. It means when we cut the trees for our own use. This is called deforestation. It means some human beings cut forest, and why they cut forest? Because of the following reason: they need more land to make houses, industries, and also for agriculture. And some people cut trees for why? Because they need wood for the construction. Third, some people cut trees because they need trees for some specific use which they cut without planting. So it means cutting or removal of trees permanently for their own use. This is called as deforestation. Our government has made laws according to which cutting down of trees is a punishable offense. It means if you cut a tree, you should be punished. So, we should not cut trees. In place of that, we should plant more and more trees. When some trees need to be cut, a large number of trees must be planted. So, now let us discuss the consequences of deforestation. Consequences means what are its harmful effects, or we can say harmful effects of deforestation. So, first is global warming. When we know that plants absorb the carbon dioxide and release oxygen in the atmosphere. If we cut the trees, then amount of carbon dioxide increases in the atmosphere, due to which global warming increases. Second is pollution. Pollution is also a very major effect which occurs due to deforestation. Drought. Drought means सूखा पड़ जाना. Desertification means dry land. It means the losing water bodies, your lake, your river, they all get dry. Fourth is animals and plant life affected. We know that we all are dependent on one another. If we cut the trees, then what does animal eat? So it means both plant and animal life get affected if we cut the trees. Next is shortage of food. We know, students, that we get food from the plants. So if we cut the plants, we do not get food. It means there is a deficiency of food. So that's why we should not cut trees. Last is flooding of rivers. Why this happens? As because increase in soil erosion that can cause more frequent floods, and that can result in a widespread destruction. So these all are the harmful effects of deforestation. So that's why we should save trees. We should plant more and more trees. If you want to breathe, then you have to save the trees. Next is how to protect forest. Throughout the world, forests are in danger. Many plants and animals that live in these forests are disappearing fast. Many people and cultures that depend on the forest for their way of life are also under threat. So, why we need to conserve forest? Why to conserve forest? Because it prevents soil erosion, it reduces air pollution, it produces oxygen. We know we human beings needs oxygen for our survival, and from where we get this oxygen? We get this oxygen from the trees. So that's why we should conserve forest. It produces oxygen and it produces various medicinal plants which are beneficial for us. So we should conserve. It also reduces sound pollution because we know that trees absorb the sound. So it helps in the reduction of sound pollution. It prevents global warming as we discussed earlier. So that's why we should conserve forests. So let us discuss the Forest Conservation Act. The Forest Conservation Act was enacted by the Indian Parliament in 1980, and according to its rule, the indiscriminate cutting of trees in forest is a punishable offense. It means if you cut the trees, then you should be punished according to the Forest Conservation Act. To protect the forest, our government are taking many important steps like many areas in India have been converted into national park and wildlife sanctuaries to protect the forest cover and the animals that live in the forest. So, National Park is a reserved land usually declared and owned by the national government. It is protected from most human development and pollution. So, next is sanctuary. A sanctuary is also a reserved area in which birds and animals are protected from hunting. We know the Gir National Park in Gujarat is probably the only place in world where the Asiatic lion is protected so that it can live its natural surroundings. Next is Bharatpur Bird Sanctuary. This is the sanctuary in Rajasthan and it is the largest bird sanctuary in Asia. It is famous as a refuge for migratory birds like Siberian cranes, barons, ibis, and painted storks. These and many other migratory birds make it their temporary home during very severe winter months. So, we should protect our forest. Now, let us discuss about the Van Mahotsav Divas. So, Van Mahotsav is a program which is launched by the Indian government to increase the number of trees in our country. Every year, thousands of trees are planted during this forest festival. Many schools also celebrate Van Mahotsav by planting tree. This is the way they contribute towards making our earth green. So, we should plant more and more trees and save our forest. Here the chapter is completed. I hope all these concepts are clear to you. Thank you very much and stay safe.